And next we will be discuss the topic is queue implementation by using this data array concept. So we will be use the Turbo C compiler for to see the discussion about the queue implementation. So we'll be you can see this is the entire C program for implementation of the queue using this data array concept. So this is the entire coding. We'll be see the operation about the queue implementation using this array. So let me start run the programming by using this uh, F7 key function F7 key. So we started to include that header file. This is the first part standard input output .h and then common input output .h and then the stdlib.h. Then here we are going to defining this size of this n as a 5 or else you can able to maximize the size of this array also by defining this n value is equal to 5, 10 or whatever it is. Here let me define the size of this array n value is equal to 5. Fine. I'll be start execute from the main programming by using this shortcut key. So it started to execute the programming from the main function. Then these are the variable we declare which will be used for inside the programming. So I'm defining this Q array and then choice equal to 1, front value is equal to 0 and then rear value is equal to 0. Then some other variable will be used for running this Q implementation using this array concept. Then next I am using this printf statement for printing the statement in this output screen like a queue using this array. Then what are the operations? These are the operations I'm going to perform like a insertion operation, deletion operation, displaying and then exit operation. Then I'm using this the while statement, while condition to check or to take a choices. CH is nothing but the choice. So initially I assign the value is equal to 1. So then it will be go and then inside this while condition, it printing the statement does that enter the choice. I'm giving the choice as a word that initially 1. So the choice is nothing but that insertion operation. So it will be directly go to this case number 1. So if rear equal to x, if that is the cases, q is full. Before going to insert or delete or display for any kind of operation, we have to check whether the rear is the queue is empty or not. So initially we are saying this that the front equal to 0 as well as the real value is equal to 0. So rear equal to x, which means that we are assigning this we are checking whether the queue is empty or full. This is the cases initially this queue is empty. So it won't be execute the if part, then it will directly come to the else part. Then it asking is that enter the value. So initially this real value is equal to 0. After this it will be get incremented from this 0 real plus plus means it will be go to this what that first 0th position starting and then next it will be incremented by this what that 1 positions. Here it will get incremented in this that I'm going to giving this number as a 15 for the first position. I'm giving this value is equal to 15. Then this case one is got executed. Then again it will be asking these choices. I'm giving these choices as a again 1 for inserting this next element. Then now I'm giving this giving this choice as a 1 now. So we go to this case 1 checking this whether the queue is full or not. Now we already inserted the first element. So now the real value is getting incremented by use by one position real plus plus plus. So now I am giving this what that 25 as a second element, breaking this that to case 1. Again it asking the choices. I'm giving this value is equal to 1 for inserting this that element into the queue through the array. Then now the switch cases will be go and then checking is the real queue is full or whether the queue is full or not. So now this is the cases we have what that two element only inserted. The maximum size of the queue is equal to 5. So it will be what that wrong. It will become to the else part. Now again I'm giving this what that third value is equal to 35. So now it's completing the case one. Again, it will be come back to this places. It asking this that choice. So here I am going to give the choices now. It is not one. I am giving the choice as a two. So the two choice is nothing but deletions. So before going to check the deletion, let me what that give the choice as a three to display the elements so far what we have inserted into this array. So it will be directly go to this that case number three and then printing this statement in this output screen like a choose elements are checking this that front equal to rear. So if that is the cases, if the condition is satisfied, means the queue is empty. But it won't be satisfied. It will come to the else part because we inserted the three element. So in this else part, I am going to use that for loop for traversing the queue from this that starting to this till this end position. So initially the front value is equal to 0 and then I is equal to 0, then I less than equal to that I less than 0, likewise it will be uh, checking the condition, then printing the first value slash n, second value slash n, third value slash n indicating this was that next line. So the three values get printed through the for loop concept. Then it's giving this executing the breaking conditions. Break statement will get executed. Now again it asking the choices. Now we will go and then see the choice. Again able to give the choice whatever it is through the scanf statement. So you can see before going to give the choices, the previous choices I was given as a three. So through the for loop statement, I think so far we have entered the element as over the three element of 15, 25 and then 35. So those three elements is over the display in the output screen. Now I am giving the choices over the two. So these choices will be used to delete the element from the queue. So it will be go to this the choice number two, checking this condition. Now it won't be get executed. So come to the else part and then that recent element will be deleted from the queue and then this x values get implemented by one position. Then it will execute the break statement. Fine. Now we go and then see whether the element is deleted or not by giving the choice as a display. A display element is nothing but choice value is equal to 3. So it will go to the case number 3. Checking this that queue is empty or not by using this if condition. It won't be satisfied. It come to the else part and then it will be traverse the queue 1, 2. Then it will get execute the break statement. So previously it was 3 element. Now one element got deleted by using this that dq operations or what that delete operation. Now only two element is there in the queue that we can able to see here. You can see here 25 and then 35 alone will be there. Fine. So this is the way we can able to uh, delete the element from the queue. After deleting this element, we can able to see the remaining element from the queue. Fine. In this tag, we know the logic is lost in first out. In this queue, first in first out. The first element we inserted in the queue is equal to 15. That will be edited as a first element in the queue. Then after that, we can able to exit the programming by giving this what that the choice as a 4. Then it will go to the case number 4. Then exit 0 means it will be come out from the. So this is the simple implementation for the queue using this that array concept. Previously we discussed about the queue implementation in linked list. Now we discuss about the queue implementation using this array concept. Fine. So this is that way we can able to see the line by line execution of both that queue concept. So the next one is that we'll be seeing is that stack implementation using this array concept also. Let me stop with this for this one. The next topic we will be discussing this data in the forthcoming section. Thank you.